welcome, my friends. Welcome. Episode number freaking 5. Impact Wrestling is live. In front of 2,500 people at the Livens Gymnasium. And in the pre-show, I've had decent wrestling with Little Princess, Little Angel, Lioness, and Americana defeat Candy, Dangerous Queen, and Linda Dallas and Luna in 742. And Little Angel defeat Luna by Privilege Queen Bomb. Americana 35. Lioness 57, Little Angel 59, Little Princess 43, Luna 43, Linda Dallas 44, Dangerous Queen 59, and Candy 44. Candy improved in Rumble and Performance, Americana in Flying, and Little Princess in Performance. A 53C minus. I cannot complain with that to open up. Let's continue, shall we? My SmackDown review should be going up today, which is 2 days late. There you go. In the pre-show, I've had decent wrestling with Drews from the Liger defeat Danny Collins is 755 by pin of the Liger Bomb. Danny Collins out there with 50 and Liger out there with 54. No working pins. Danny Collins' gimmick is getting stale, so guess we don't need that anymore. But we'll just drop that down because as I do, Danny Collins. I don't know how long Danny Collins has been on the roster for, but he must have been here for a while. I don't know if I brought him in the first few shows or what, but he must have been here for a while for his gimmick to start getting stale already. In the pre-show, I've had decent wrestling below Heat, Kenta Kobashi, El Samurai, El Phantasma, and Black Warrior. Defeated Dr. Wagner, Generico, Tyranio, Carl Karma, and Ken Nakasaki. Black Warrior 43, El Phantasma 38, El Samurai 44, Kenta Kobashi 57. Ken Nakasaki 38, Carl Karma 30, Generico, Tyranio 59, Dr. Wagner 47. Al Phantasma improved performance of 52D+. Can't complain. In a poor pre-show match, Blue Demon Jr. defeated Sid Vicious 739 by Pull the Ace Presser. Blue Demon Jr. 45, Sid Vicious 31. No work appearance 44D. In a pre-show, I've had decent wrestling with the Demon, Shane Douglas, Eddie Guerrero, and Eddie Guerrero defeats Shunjo Takanara, LA Park, and Norman Smiley in 8-10. When the Demon defeated LA Park by pin for the Sky Twister Press. Norman Smiley 36, LA Park 44, Shinjo Takanara 38, Eddie Guerrero 55, Shane Douglas 49, and the Demon 47. Shane Douglas in performance and LA Park in Rumble. Jim Connect did good work at ringside. 51D+. Then in a pre-show about decent wrestling, but little heat. Ultraman Jr., Taz, Steve Blackman, and Savio Vega defeat Dave Finney, Jason Knight, Scotty Levy, and Tetsuya Kawada in Fake Fave and Taz defeat Scotty Levy by pin for the T-Bone Suplex. Both on one night deals for tonight. Savio Vega 41, Steve Blackman 40, Taz 37, Ultraman Jr. 40, Tetsuya Kawada 57, Scotty Levy 36, Jason Knight 27, Dave Finney 47. Taz improved in performance of 49D+. And then we open up the main show tonight in about that decent wrestling defeats Tornado defeat Tiger Mask 2 and 546 by pinfall. Tornado 34, Tiger Mask 55, he's really off his game. Tornado improved in Rumble, 51D+. And then a 52D with our first angle of the night. As Bret Hart, Davey Boy, Owen Hart and Jim the Dean Hart all have an in-ring promo. This is time I said it feels good I stand here after retaining my title last night. I stand here with my brother-in-law, Davey Boy. We stand here in the middle of Raw like nothing in the past year you've seen. You see, Jim the Dean Hart and Owen Hart are two sand. This is going to be a battle I know of. I don't know what the fuck I was trying to say there. Davey, I come here to protect and support Bret. And now we have two idiots to deal with, and I'm not happy with it. And then before he can finish what he's saying, Owen Hart comes out and he goes, "Why? Once again, we have to stand in the shadow, and Jim, me and Jim have always been in the shadow of you two. We're not accepting anymore. And tonight we're going to beat you both. And a battle for glory. In 2 months' time, I'm going to kill you and take that title, Bret." And Jim goes, "Bret, seen for it's time to take that title before Owen does. But I win. When I win, I'll gift it to him. Because of him, he persuaded me to come to Impact Wrestling. Impact. Now I'm not waiting anymore. Get a ref out here. Our tag match is now." So yeah, they're going to have the tag match next because, of course, the main event tonight is the freaking Turning Point is coming up. And at Turning Point, it's going to be 2 huge matches, and I'm going to book both of them now. It's going to be brother versus brothers. Bret Hart will be taking on Jim the Dean Hart for the Impact Wrestling World Championship. That will be live on pay-per-view. You will not want to miss that. At Turning Point, that's going to be your main event tonight. But we're not only going to do Bret Hart versus Jim the Dean Hart. We're going to do another match as Davey Boy Smith will be taking on his brother-in-law Owen Hart. So there's your first 2 matches confirmed for Turning Point, my friends, and that will be at the end of this episode of 52D+. In about that great wrestling and good heat, Owen Hart and Jim the Dean Hart defeated Davey Boy and Bret Hart in 7:56 when Owen Hart defeated Bret Hart by pinfall. Bret Hart 68, Davey Boy 67, Jim the Dean Hart 70, Owen Hart 65. No work compared to 70C+. Nice. And then we have a promo by Americana. She goes, 4 weeks, Turning Point. And it will be my turning point when I beat Candy for the Knockouts Championship. See, Impact is changing wrestling. And every week, something new and exciting happens. And Turning Point will be no different when I win the Knockouts title. So yeah, our first of all title matches. You know I always like to have my titles on the line at pay-per-views. More than I do on TV, but I do occasionally put a title match on TV if it makes sense. But it will be Americana versus Candy once again. And that Knockouts title will be on the line. 34E+, not bad from Candy actually. In a poor match, Force of Nature defeated the winning combination in the 608 when Terry Gibbs defeated Bob Holly by pinfall. Mr. Ooh La La 27, Terry Gibbs 33, Bob Holly 49, Jeff Jarrett 47, Bob Holly improving performance of 44D. In an extremely short match, Dynamite Girl defeated Bull by pinfall in 431 by pinfall the pile driver. Dynamite Girl 39, Bull 59. No work on 57C-. Then Jim Cornette's back goes, the House of Cornette stands here holding on to 4 belts in Impact. And that means we run Impact. You see, anyone you put in front of my boys loses. And that means we're going to hold on to these titles for a long time yet. Because of course we've got the Intercontinental Champion, we've got the Tag Team Champions, and we've got the X Division Champions. So, it's a big problem. In a decent match, Lex Luger defeated Doink the Clown in 807 by pinfall. Doink the Clown 48, Lex Luger 69. These two have pretty good chemistry left in match. Interesting. A 67C+. And then we have Sting in the back. He goes, well, last night wasn't a great night for the Stinger, was it? Owen Hart, the normal contenders, beat me. Owen Hart, the normal contender, so he deserved to win. The supernatural phenomenon Undertaker lost too. This man has been scaring fans for over a year, and it's time we got rid of the Undertaker. Turning Point, put it in your diary. Sting versus Undertaker. I'm going to fight. And I'm going to win, and I'm going to kick ass. Woo! Sting doing his little woos. Which I swear he probably nicked from Ric Flair, because he wanted to take the piss out of Ric Flair. I don't know. I don't know the full story behind the Sting and his ruse, but he used to do ruse, so I'll do a ruse as well. Stinger will be taking on the Undertaker as well. I might as well book all the other matches as well, because we've gone over them and we didn't book them, so we're going to book them. I'm not sure who Ken and Nakasaki will be taking on the night, but I do know, of course, if you don't know if you haven't been watching the series, go back and watch it. But at the moment, the Rock and Roll Express are feuding with the Nightmare Lords over the Impact World Tag Team titles. And then you've got Juice and Thunder Liger. You got Juice and Thunder Liger attacking the former original LA Park, who is now known as the Demon, because he lost the rights to the name. Juice and Thunder Liger, that's the anniversary, so there we go. And of course, as per usual, Ken Nakasaki will have to defend his championship, and I have made a decision on who he's going to face now, actually. It'll be Ken Nakasaki versus Mankind for that Intercontinental title live on pay-per-view at Turning Point. Hooray! There we go. 52D plus the Sting. These wrestlers are getting there. In a decent match, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, Scott Hall, the Great Muta and Sting defeat Jerry Lawler, Vader, Damien 666, Turako, The Undertaker, and 754, and Ricky Morton defeat Turako by pinning the missile dropkick. Ricky Morton seen off his game. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside. So did Paul Bearer, and that's probably the call commentary gave Much Bruce's performance of Jerry Lawler stood out as being good. Sting 59, Muta 59, Hall 59, Robert Gibson 56, Ricky Morton 57. Taker 52, Tarocco 45, Damien 666 41, Vader 56, Jerry Lawler 79. Both the storylines had a segment and gain heat. The Great Moot is improved in Rumble. Not many improvements, but it takes time to improve unless they're doing house shows. In a decent match, in above that decent wrestling, Madame Cheat, the Superflies defeated Steiner Brothers in 750, where Ricky Knight defeated Rick Steiner by pinfall with a pile driver. Scott Steiner 56, Rick Steiner 47, Jimmy Ocean 33, Ricky Knight 29. No work improvements of 49D+. And then we go on to your main event tonight as Arn Anderson takes on Truly Blanchard. In an exceptional match, Arn Anderson defeated Truly Blanchard in 21-11 by pinfall. Arn Anderson 73, Truly Blanchard 74. Truly Blanchard prudent performance. And of course, that's now one apiece. And at Turning Point, we will do the final match to see who is the better man between these two, as it is one apiece between these two. And also, I'm not going to waste these two because these two are amazing. So Arn Anderson and Truly Blanchard will be in action next week at Turning Point, and that will be the final match. And then I'm going to be announcing the main event. Next week will be a special edition of Impact, as we do them every now and then. It's going to be a championship night on Impact Wrestling TV, as all titles will be on the line. All championships will have to be defended live on Impact Wrestling next week. Also helps me do booking a little quicker. So next week it will be Bret Hart and Arn Anderson in action as he defends the World Championship in the main event. Obviously, you guys will know that I won't change titles on these shows. It just gives it makes fans want to watch the shows a bit more. As Candy will face Lioness with the Knockouts title on the line. I'm also going to be continuing a feud on this show, so to make it a bit more unobvious what might happen. But Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express, will be in action against the Nightmare Lords with the tag team gold on the line. Also in action that night will be a huge match, like no other, as Norman Smiley will get to face Ken Nakasaki for the Intercontinental title. And someone who's been here from day one. Oh, maybe not. Tiger Mask 2 will get into face the Demon for that gold. Now that is not the only matches we'll do next week. I'm going to be causing a rift and something I don't normally do, and in my companies I never really do this, but I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to, Mr. T and the Impact Wrestling roster, I'm going to be causing a rift between the brothers, as it will be Davey Boy Smith, Jim Nadine Hart, and Owen Hart in a triple threat match. There will not be any friendships next week on Impact, as it's a special edition of Impact 2 weeks before Turning Point. My friends, you won't want to miss that edition of Impact, but let's see as we head into the post-show. In the decent post-show match, Nasty Boys defeat Brian Blair and 750 and Jay Sags defeat Brian Blair by pinfall. Jay Sags weak link, that's fine. Brian Blair 52, Jay Sags 35, Brian Knobs 45. Brian Knobs improved in performance, nice, a 38D-. In a post-show battle, that decent match on the street, Sabu and Rory Brookside defeat Brian Adams and Archangel in 8:29. Then Sabu defeated Brian Adams by pin with a triple jump moonsault. Brookside 43, Sabu 47, Archangel 42, Brian Adams 37. Rory Brookside is improving technical, 360-. And in a decent post-show match, Al Snow and Rikai Kushi defeat Brian Pillman and John Tent in 7:50 when Rikai Kushi defeated John Tent by pinfall. Brian Pillman, as always, is pulling out the stocks, and John Tent is the weak link. Rikai Kushi 60, Al Snow 46, John Tent 35, Brian Pillman 79, John Tent improving technical. And that will be a match for next week, actually. Let's hope I can fit all these matches on TV, because I'm now thinking of another good match we can try. I'm trying out stuff for future feuds, so I want to see how these two wrestle. and work out, because this could be a potential feud we could do in the future. Brian Pillman versus Triller Ranchard. I'm quite interested to see how that one works out. So we're going to end the show with that final post-show match in front of 2,205 people. 73B minus, not a bad show. I think it's one of our better impacts. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week for another edition of Impact Wrestling Live as we continue to try and take over the Great Lakes of America. Thanks for watching. Impact Wrestling is live. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Impact Wrestling episode number 2. At the moment, I'm editing together WWF, which you would have watched yesterday, which I think is a quite good episode. But I appreciate both our decent wrestling with all heat. Dr. Wagner, Archangel, and Generica Tyranio. Defeat Samurai, El Phantasma, and Black Warrior. In 83, when Dr. Wagner defeated Samurai by pinfall the Wagner driver. Generic Tyranio Essential Donuts, that's fine. Black Warrior 44, El Phantasma 43, El Samurai 40. Generic Tyranio 59, Archangel 40, and Dr. Wagner 47. We got Generic. I want to be changing his name to Genetics or something, so I can say it better. He's improving in Techno, El Samurai in Performance, Phantasma in Techno, and El Phantasma in Performance, which is nice to see. 52D+. In a base show about decent wrestling, Little Heat, Little Princess, Little Angel, Ball, and Americana defeat Dynamite Girl, Linda Dallas, Luna, and Dangerous Queen in 739 Ball defeat Dangerous Queen by pinfall with the guillotine leg drop. Americana 33, Ball 56, Little Angel 59, Little Princess 41, Dangerous Queen 48, Luna 42, Linda Dallas 43, Dynamite Girl 42. Americana in Techno, Little Princess in Techno, Linda Dallas in Flying, not bad, a 54C-. There's a lot of wrestlers missing tonight, as being as they're working elsewhere tonight. In appreciation of our decent wrestling with Little Heat, Kenda Kobashi defeats Shane Douglas 739 by pinfall of the Orange Crush. We are in front of 834 people at the Ohio Wall-to-Wall Soccer. Shane Douglas 43, Kenda Kobashi 57. No word confirmed. There's also another big announcement about tonight's show. When we get out the pre-show, you'll find out what that is. Then in the pre-show about decent wrestling Little Heat, Rikai Kushi, Blue D and Jin Al Snow defeat Carl Carmen's Division Tornado in 746 when Blue D and Jin defeat Carl Carmen by pinfall of the Age Crusher. Al Snow 45, Blue Demon 42, Ricky Kushai 60, Tornado 39, Sid Vicious 31, Carl Karma 29, Jim Cornette did good work at ringside, Tornado improved in performance, 31D, not bad. In a future about decent wrestling Little Heat, Danny Collins defeated Juice Thunder Liger in 8-10 by pinfall. Thunder Liger 49, Danny Collins 44. No work on 51D+. And then in the future about decent wrestling of Brian Adams, Dave Finney, and Bob Holly defeat Doink, Ali Park, and Shinjo Takanara in 8:26, and Brian Adams defeat Ali Park by pinfall the Choke Slam. Bob Holly 41, Dave Finley 46, Brian Adams 35, Shinjo Takanara 38. LA Park 38 and Doink the Clown 49. LA Park in Performance and Shinjo Takanara in Performance. 47D, not bad. 73B- from the back, not bad. Tonight, Impact Wrestling is live in Canada and England for the first time. And so because of that, Impact puts all the titles on the line. Look, Impact, my boys have all the gold and we're not going to lose them. Rock and Roll Express, you want another shot? Fine, we're going to knock you down. You book a match for Turning Point for my Demon to face Liger. But tonight he's going to face Tiger Mask 2. That's fine. Easy win. Fine. Easy and win. Now get ready, because the first match is Kendo Nagasaki. So yeah, we are live for the first time on TV in Canada and the UK tonight. 73B- because it's our big opening angle. In a bad subpar wrestling, a Little Heat, Kendo Nagasaki defeated Norman Smiley in 5 minutes 42 by pinfall the Kamazaki Crash. Kendo Nagasaki makes defense number 1 of his Impact Intercontinental title. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside. Norman Smiley 35, Kendo Nagasaki 44. No work improvements of 45D. In about decent wrestling with Cheat, Candy defeated Lioness in 6:19 by pinfall the Candy drop. Candy makes defense number 3 of her Impact Knockouts title. Lioness 57, Candy 44. No work improvements of 57C-. After the match, Candy celebrating a win when Americana comes in and beats her down to the mat. Just one of those standard angles. I thought I'd throw it in there because tonight is all about the wrestling more than anything. In about that decent wrestling, but Little Heat, the Demon defeated Tiger Mask 2 in 6:48 by pinfall the Sky Twist Press after Jim Cornette interfered. The Demon makes defense number 4 of his Impact Knockouts title. Tiger Mask 53, Demon 49. Not much in between them actually, a 56C-. Not bad. But then Liger comes on the stage, only gets 28E, that's fine. For some reason, you don't take me seriously. Now I understand why. I lost my first match. Look, at Turning Point, I'm going to be taking one of the bouts off the House of Cornet, the X Division title. You've been running roughshod all over Impact, and it's time it ended. Ooh. In a bout of great wrestling and good heat, Owen Hart defeated Jim Nadine Hart and Davey Boy Smith in 7:30. Davey Boy Smith first, and then Jim Nadine Hart. Jim Nadine Hart 70. Davey Boy 67, Owen Hart 59. No work appearance. Davey Boy sustained a bruised kidney. Ouch. A 73B minus. Not bad. Yep, thank you for telling us what I've just said. In a bout of subpar wrestling and little heat, the Superflies defeated Force of Nations 4 minutes 56. When Jimmy Ocean defeated Mr. Ulala by pin for the pile driver. Mr. Ulala 32, Terry Gibbs 31, Jimmy Ocean 34, Ricky Knight 35. No work appearance, 36D minus. The video plays hyping up your next match of the evening as Brian Pillman will take on Truly Blanchard. In a bout of superb wrestling and good heat, Truly Blanchard defeated Brian Pillman in 8:19 by pin with a slingshot. This is going to be a storyline after reading that, so that's good. Truly Blanchard 76, Pillman 69. Truly Blanchard proven in performance. Just going to make a little note. Oh, I forgot to deal with that. Truly and Pillman, good to go after PFG. That's perfect. That's what I like to see. Little experiment, it actually worked out. Oh, great. Gemma's typing. 75B minus. Video plays hyping Sting vs The Undertaker at Turning Point. That's fine. In a decent match, Nightmare Lords defeated the Rock and Roll Express in 8:10 when Damien 666 defeated Ricky Morton by pin with a powerbomb. Nightmare Lords main defense number 5 of their Impact World Tag Team titles. Robert Gibson 59, Ricky Morton 62, Tarocco 646 and Damien 641. Damien 66 included Techno and Tarocco in Rumble 58C minus. Video plays hyping up Arn Anderson taking on Bret Hart. In a bout of fantasy and great wrestling, Bret Hart defeated Arn Anderson in 2019 by pinfall. Bret Hart makes defense number 8 of his Impact World title. Owen Hart is pretty weak now, so that's fine. Arn Anderson 72, Bret Hart 69. No work improvements. 75B minus, cannot complain. Come on, move on. In a post-show about a decent wrestling, but don't treat the Steiner Brothers defeated Eddie Guerrero and Takahashi Kawada in 8:18 when Scott Steiner defeated Takahashi Kawada by the Steiner device. Rick Steiner 46, Scott Steiner 56, Takahashi Kawada 60, Eddie Guerrero 50. Rick Steiner improved in performance of 44D. Then in a decent post-show match, the Great Muta, Brian Blair, Scott Hall and Sting defeated Luger, Vader, John and The Undertaker in 8:22 and Great Muta defeated John by pinfall. John Temple's weak and Stu Harrison in performance, that's fine. Brian Blair's in this game. Paul Bear did good work at ringside. Sting 52, Scott Hall 66, Brian Blair 51, The Muta 67, Undertaker 46, John Tent 35 and Vader 66 and Lex Luger 65. Undertaker in Technical, Scott Hall in Flying, Luger in Flying, John Tent in Technical, Brian Blair in Rumble and Performance of 47D. We end tonight's show as 73B minus, and we'll see you guys again next week for another edition of Impact Wrestling. We're only 2 weeks away now from Turning Point. 2,465 people live tonight for Impact Wrestling. In a pre-show about decent wrestling with a little heat. Little Princess, Ball, Lioness, Little Angel, defeat Tandy, Dangerous Queen, Dynamite Girl, and Luna in 7:45 and Ball defeat Dangerous Queen by pin for the guillotine leg drop. Little Angel 58, Lioness 57, Ball 56, Little Princess 42, Luna 44, Dynamite Girl 42, Dangerous Queen 60, Candy 42. No work appearance of 56C minus. In a pre-show ad surprise and all heat, Norman Smiley defeated Brian Adams in 7:53 by pinfall. Brian Adams 38, Norman Smiley 37. No work appearance, 40D minus. In a pre-show ad with decent wrestling, but did not cheat. The Steiner Brothers defeated Superflies in 7:45 and this Steiner defeated Ricky Knight by pinfall the Steiner device. Scott Steiner 54, Rick Steiner 48, Jimmy Ocean 35, Ricky Knight 33, and Ricky Knight improving in technical 50D plus. In a preacher bad decent wrestling, but didn't have much cheat. Roy Brookside with Kai Kushi, Al Phantasma and Al Snow defeated Eddie Guerrero, John Tent, Tornado and Dr. Wagner 7:32 and Rikai Koshai defeated Tornado by pinfall. Al Snow 44, Al Phantasma 43, Rikai Koshai 55, Roy Brookside 39, Dr. Wagner 44, Tornado 43, John Tent 34, and Eddie Guerrero 51. John Techni Techno and Rikai Koshai in flying. In a pre-show battle, I had decent wrestling. Little Heat Dave Finney, Janek Tonei, and Tatsuya Kawada defeated Kenta Kobashi, El Samurai, and Blue Demon. Blue Demon 43, El Samurai 39, Kenta Kobashi 56, Tosha Kawada 59, Janek Tonei 59, and Dave Finley 49. And he's improving in Rumble with 58 C-. In a pre-show battle, Paris and All Heat, Sabu, Vegan Ultimate Jr. defeated Sid Vicious, Kenan Nagasaki and Cole Karma 751 Ultimate defeated Sid Vicious by pinfall. Cole Karma 29, Kenan Nagasaki 31, Sid Vicious 34, Ultraman Jr. 40, Vega 41, and Sabu 50. Of course, Ultraman Jr. has been here since the first ever episode. Sabu improving in performance, and he's improving in technical and performance rather than Ultraman Jr. 45D. And we open up with Paul Bearer. Oh dear Sting, you've made a bad challenge for my Undertaker. Oh yes! You see, in 2 weeks at Turning Point, my Undertaker will show you how he wins his matches. Since coming to Impact, he's been one of the most feared. He is the Frankenstein's monster of Impact. In 2 weeks, you're going to bleed, and look what he did to Cactus Jack. We ain't seen him in ages. Why? Because my Undertaker destroyed him. Oh yes! I did look into it after writing this promo, and it is Cactus. He was known as Cactus Jack, not McFoley. So I'm just going to change that to Cactus Jack. Won't ignore the McFoley. In a decent match, the Killer Bees reunite, defeating the winning combination of 557. Brian Bair defeated Jeff Jarrett by pinfall. Jim Burnsville 60, Brian Bair 53, Bob Holly 49, Jeff Jarrett 53. Jeff Jarrett in performance. Welcome back, Jim, after being injured. In a poor match, Americana defeated Linda Dallas at 6:19 by pinfall. Linda Dallas 43, Americana 33. Linda Dallas improving in performance at 42D. And Americana goes, and then Kenny comes out and he goes, really? The fans cheer you and boo me? I did not attack someone last week after my match, did I? You see, Americana's title is mine, and it's going to stay that way. It's mine and will always be mine. It don't matter if it was a glow clown. It's now the Impact Knockouts title, and it's going to be mine for a long, long time yet. 40D minus, thank you, Candy. In about that decent wrestling military, Black Warrior defeated Danny Collins in 6:39 by pinfall the low blow. Danny Collins 48, Black Warrior 45. Danny Collins improving performance. Nice. Before we throw Black Warrior onto the main show for a bit, 51D plus. In about that decent wrestling military, Brian Pillman, Archangel and Shane Douglas defeated Tiger Mask 2, Steve Blackman and LA Park in 6:15 when Brian Pillman defeated Tiger Mask 2 by pinfall the flying corkscrew crossbody. Brian Pillman's head and shoulders everyone else, that's fine. LA Park 40. Steve Blackman 40, Tiger Mask 54, Shane Douglas 50, Archangel 42 and Pillman 77. Oh dear, Tiger Mask 2 sustained a fine muscle strain. Shane Douglas and Rumble and LA Park in Techno 64C. Thank you, Ollie Allenson. And then we see Mr. T and Jim Cornette in the back. A bit, oh no, counting is, that's good. You want to treat me like a fool, do you, Jim? You see, the House of Cornette is a big problem of mine. And Jim goes, Mr. T, I don't care. We got the gold and the rest on the contract with me, not Impact. And Mr. T goes, that's how I like it. Makes my life easy, as you're under contract with Impact. And at Turning Point, you're going to be joining Jim and Jesse at the desk for your guys' matches, and not leave till the bell rings to signal the end of the match. And Jim goes, you're going to regret that decision. When we're still on top after Turning Point, we're going to be on top. And he goes, and Mr. T just goes, shut up, sucker, and leave my office. So Mr. T improvises well throughout the segment, which is good. Nice to see Mr. T improvising. So nice to see plus the X Division and the World Tag Team storyline. As Vance, I thought we'd change the storyline up a bit. Of course, Bret Hart, Jim and Dean Hart, and Owen Hart, and all that live, a massive backstage brawl. Keep the family feud going. In a decent match, Jerry Lawler and the Nasty Boys and Jerry Lawler, Vader, and the Nasty Boys defeat the Great Muta, Doink the Clown, and the Force of Nature 7-4 when Brian Knobbs defeated Great Muta by pinfall. The performance of Jerry Lawler stood out good. Doink the Clown 47, Great Muta 59, Mr. Allah 30, Tigers 38, Jerry Sachs 37, Brian Knobbs 42, Vader 57, Jerry Lawler 82. That's nice to see. Brian Knobbs in Rumble, the Great Muta in Rumble, Terry Gibbs in Technol, Doink the Clown Technol and Flying. I like to see improvements, 64C. That's what I like to see. In a decent match, Juice from the Like and the Rock and Roll Express defeat the House Cornette, Damien 666, Tarocco, And the Damon in 758, Ricky Morton defeated Rocco by pinfall with a missile dropkick. Robert Gibson is getting back his going. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside. We've got a damaged knee, a damaged heel, sorry. But we've got Robert Gibson at 57, Ricky Morton 59, Juice von Blanca 57, the Demon 46, Tarocco 44, and Damien 666 42. A 57C plus, no work events, but a nice good match. Thank you, Ollie Anderson. Oi, oi, oi. In a superb match, Arn Anderson and Lex Luger defeated Truly Blanchard and Scott Hall in 8-10 when Anderson defeated Truly Blanchard by pinfall. Scott Hall 62, Truly Blanchard 72, Lex Luger 66, Arn Anderson 57. I can't turn it off, so I have to pull up with it. I'll do 1471 when I finish recording. 77B, not a bad match, actually, quite a good one. And then our main event of the night, we're going to have Sting, Davey Boy Smith, and Bret Hart versus Jimmy Dean Hart, Owen Hart, and The Undertaker. In a good match, Sting, Bret Hart, and Davey Boy Smith defeated Jimmy Dean Hart, Owen Hart, and The Undertaker in 2009. When Davey Boy Smith defeated Owen Hart by pinfall running power slam. Davey Boy 60, Bret Hart 68, Sting 56, Undertaker 52, Owen Hart 66, Jimmy Dean Hart 67. The Undertaker through the performance. 67C plus, not as good as what we've done before in the previous shows, but you know, we're in the middle of the month. Next week might be a bit better as we are on the go home edition of Impact as we head towards Turning Point Live. We are live, and every time we come to the Great Lakes, we're increasing in fan popularity, which is good for us because that's what we need to do to get to courtside so we can have our wrestlers exclusive to us to do house shows. 1,000 people tonight at the TAC Athletics Centre for the go-home edition of Impact Wrestling before we get to Turning Point. But in a pre-show battle, had good wrestling, but little heat. Tetsuya Kawada defeated Tiger Mask 2 in 8:21 by pinfall the high-angle powerbomb. Tiger Mask 2 59, Tetsuya Kawada 62. These two have pretty good chemistry, and it showed no performance. So guess what? Because they have great chemistry. Oh, that's Bound for Glory. We're nowhere near that yet. He's only here on a one-night deal, so is the other guy. Tiger Mask 2. We'll turn on Tetsuya Kawada. Not Tornado. Tetsuya Kawada in a rematch on pay-per-view live on TV. Yeah, that's going to be happening. After 660 plus, I cannot deny that's a good match. I'll accept that. In a pre-show battle, I had decent. I'm going to move my headphones just so that I don't. I've got NASCAR because I'm watching NASCAR racing at the moment, which is better than Formula 1, and so is IndyCar at the moment. I think Formula 1's kind of gone down the hill with that weird freaking Halo thing, and I know people are going to hate me for saying that. In the pre-show battle, a decent wrestling below heat, Taz, Al Samurai, and Al Phantasma defeated Dr. Wagner, Danny Collins, and Eddie Guerrero in 7:37. When Taz defeated Danny Collins by pinfall the T-Bone suplex. Al Phantasma 46, Al Samurai 42, Taz 37, Eddie Guerrero 51, Danny Collins 47, Dr. Wagner 46. No work appearance. Of course, Eddie Guerrero has been here since day one as well, and is a former world champion of Impact. Yeah, so if you don't know, after this year, you're not going to be able to watch Formula 1 unless you get the Sky Sports package with F1 on it, which I don't think is fair. Whereas with NASCAR and IndyCar, you can watch it free on YouTube after the race happen in America. That's why I watch them two more than I do Formula 1. In a pre-show battle, decent wrestling below heat, Archangel, Dave Finley, Brian Adams, Sid Vicious defeated Shunjiro Takanara, Ali Park, Kenta Kobashi, and Blue Demon Jr. in 7:31. When Sid Vicious defeated Ali Park by pinfall with the powerbomb. Blue Demon Jr. 43, Kenta Kobashi 36, Ali Park 38, Shunjiro Takanara 39, Sid Vicious 35, Brian Adams 37, Dave Finley 49, Archangel 42. I need to go down, nice. No work appearance, 49D+. In a poor pre-show match, the Nasty Boys defeated Force of Nature in 7:41 when Jerry Sags defeated Mr. LR by pinfall with the double DDT. Mr. LR 30, Terry Gibbs 34, Jerry Sags 37, Brian Knobs 45, Brian Knobs and Jerry Sags both improved in technical. 42D. In a pre-show battle, decent wrestling below heat, Sorry Vega, Roadblocks, and now Snow defeated Junekiro Tanara, Shane Douglas, and John Tent in 7:43 in the show. Sorry Vega defeated Shane Douglas by pinfall with the Caribbean Kick. Al Snow 47, Ray Brookside 41, Sorry Vega 41, John Tent 32, Shane Douglas 45, and Junekio Tanara 59, John Tent improving in technical 51, 52D+. In the pool pre-show match belt that had decent wrestling with Amachi, Rikai Kusha, Sabu and Black Warrior defeat Blackjack Mulligan, Tornado and Tracy Smalls in 741 when Sabu defeat Tracy Smalls by pin of the triple moonsault. One night deal. Black Warrior 45, Sabu 49, Rikai Kushi 60, Tracy Smalls 38, Tornado 41 and Blackjack Mulligan 41. Tracy Smalls improving in technical 53C-. And we open up tonight with Bulldog and Bret Hart in the back, and they go, you see this Impact champion? I've been taking this title with me to BWF in the UK as I have been a part of their tour recently. This coming Tuesday Night Live, Jim Nadine wants a shot at my title. What was once a family feud is now a civil war, and it's going to be getting worse before it gets better. His own Hart, you think you're so good, but you don't go to Japan and the UK to fight, do you? No, Bret Hart fights at the BWF. I fight in New Japan every week. We still come back for Impact Wrestling live and pay-per-view. You see this Tuesday Night Live? You're going to face me, Owen, and I'm sure as hell not losing. This is a war you can't win. 52D plus from both of the boys. Well done. In the battle at decent wrestling with Cheat, Steve Blackman, Ultraman Jr., Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton, and Juice and Thunder Liger defeat the House of Cornette, Turako the Demon, Damien 666, Kenan Nakasaki, and Carl Karma. In 728, when Robert Gibson defeated Carl Karma by pin for the Rocker Drop, an injury to Carl Karma meant that an audible was called and the finish was changed on the fly. Great. Carl Karma sustained a serious viral infection. Then that's quality, and the colour commentary going to match a boost. Juice Thunder Liger 53, Ricky Morton 61, Robert Gibson 55, Ultraman Jr. 35, Steve Blackman 40, Carl Karma 32, Kenan Nakasaki 32, Damien 666 43, Demon 49, Turako 48. So there's no point in me booking Steve Blackman versus Carl Karma at Thingamy then, is there? Ultraman Jr. Rumble, because that was where I was heading. 54C-, thank you. In about that good wrestling, great wrestling and decent match for the crowd. Bless me. Great move to defeat Brian Pillman 642 by pinfall. Great move to 69, Brian Pillman 69. Both of them getting the same sort of rating over here, but we're going to book them for a match at Turning Point. Because I really like Brian Pillman. I've got plans for Brian Pillman, it's just I didn't have anybody I really wanted him to face on the roster. But now I've got Mr. Triller Blanchard ready for him after Mouth Gloria. I've got someone he can face a feud with. A video plays hyping up the match between Undertaker and Sting at Turning Point. And in a good match, The Undertaker and Truly Blanchard defeat Sting. Unanswered, The Undertaker defeats Truly Blanchard and Sting. 725 when The Undertaker defeats Sting by pinfall and chokeslam. Undertaker 50, Unanswered 71, Sting 52, Truly Blanchard 74. Truly Blanchard performance, The Undertaker improved in performance. Sting in Technical and Rumble, 68C+, not bad. Unanswered's getting better at his gimmick, but he's also sustained a damaged heel. A lot of people getting injured at the moment in this company. I don't know what's going on. Americana. Not long now till I get to rip off the head of the line and take my title home. You see, this will be the first live pay-per-view across England and Canada, and that means I must prove myself. I'm not going to lose this match on Tuesday. I'm going to win, and this time next week, I will be Knockouts champion. 35E+. She's getting better every time. I think there's a 32E+. That's not put in an angle. I might be wrong. In a decent match, Jerry Lawler, Lex Luger and Vader defeated Norman Smiley, Doink the Clown, Scott Hall in 722, and Lex Luger defeated Norman Smiley by pinfall. Norman Smiley's weakness took out some performance. Scott Hall 47, Doink the Clown 46, Norman Smiley 33, Vader 60, Lex Luger 66, and Jerry Lawler 72. The injury Scott Hall worked through took a big toll. That's fine. No working with 65C. Nice little match. Quite proud of those guys. 65C. In an extreme short match, the Steiner brothers defeated the Supervisors in 5-25, and Rick Steiner defeated Ricky Knight by pinfall of the Flying Bulldog. Jimmy Ocean 35, Ricky Knight 33, Scott Steiner 59, and Rick Steiner 49. Rick Steiner improving in performance of 53C-. Music video shown to promote Mankind. Ooh. All will be revealed in about 3 months' time when he comes off his holiday. He's on. In about that, decent wrestling, Cheat, Candy, Dangerous Queen, Dynamite Girl, Linda Dallas, and Luna defeat Little Princess, Little Angel, Lioness Ball, and Americana in 750 when Luna defeated Ball by pinfall for the Lunar Eclipse. Americana 34, Ball 56, Lioness 56, Little Angel 58, Little Princess 40, Luna 42, Linda Dallas 42, Dynamite Girl 40, Dangerous Queen 58, Candy 48, the Impact Knockouts segment, the Fantasy segment gained heat, 53C-, and Little Princess improving technical. Nice. In a decent match, winning combination defeated the Killer Bees in 7:57 when Bob Holly defeated Jim Burnsville by pinfall flying leg drop. Jim Burnsville 59, Brian Bear 54, Bob Holly 46, Jeff Jarrett 53. Bob Holly in flying, Brian Blair in performance and rumble 58 C-. And then our main event tonight is inside a steel cage as the Bulldog and Hart take on Owen Hart and Jim Nadine Hart inside a steel cage. And in a good match, Jim Nadine Hart and Owen Hart defeat Dave Boy Smith and Bret Hart in a 2v2 cage classic match in 2007 when Jim Nadine Hart defeated Bret Hart by pinfall the Anvil Flatliner. Owen Hart was being struck out in ring performance was fine. Bret Hart 64, Dave Boy 61, Owen Hart 39, Jim Nadine Hart 71. Owen Hart Proven in Brumble was 66 C+. I can perform better. Oh, because we picked the wrong type of cage match. Idiot. So yeah, that's your show. Is 65 C+, and later on we'll see you live once again from the Tri-States. I'm trying to work out what the cat's doing behind me. For the Tri-States American Turning Point, it'll be live on pay-per-view this coming Tuesday night. We are sold out tonight in front of 4,122 people at the Fitchard Gerald Fieldhouse in the preach about a decent wrestling, don't cheat. Dangerous Queen, Dynamite Girl, Luna Dallas and Luna defeat Little Princess, Little Angel, Lioness and Bull in 8:30 when Luna defeat Little Angel by people of the Lunar Eclipse. Bull 60, Lioness 56, Little Angel 59, Princess 42, Luna 44, Luna Dallas 46, Dynamite Girl 43, Dangerous Queen 60, Lioness in performance, Little Princess in Rumble, and Little Princess in performance. This is the free for all, so this is the bit what airs on TV before the show. In a preach about decent wrestling double cheat, Robbie Brookside and Al Snow defeated Dr. Wagner and Sid Vicious in 7:37 when Robbie Brookside defeated Sid Vicious by pinfall the Iconic Slam. Al Snow 50, Robbie Brookside 43, Sid Vicious 34, Dr. Wagner 47. Sid Vicious in performance, nice going. In a preach about decent wrestling and about that decent wrestling double cheat, Danny Collins defeated Blue Demon Jr. in 8:02 by pinfall. Blue Demon 43, Danny Boy Collins 48. Blue Demon in performance of 51D+. As I say, everybody's wrestling tonight, so. In a piece about decent wrestling, but didn't have much cheat, Archangel Dave Finney and Shane Douglas defeated Sabu, Al Samurai and Al Phantasm in 10:16, when Shane Douglas defeated Al Samurai by pinfall the Pale Driver, Al Phantasm 43, Al Samurai 43, Sabu 49, Shane Douglas 50, Dave Finney 47, Archangel 43. No recommends for Sabu's getting better his gimmick. But in the future of our decent wrestling below heat, Soria Vega and Taz defeated Juneko Turan and Tornado in 15:07 when Taz defeated Juneko Tornado by pinfall the T-Bone Suplex. Tornado 42, Juneko Tornado 57. Taz 41 and Soria Vega 42. These two are pretty chemistry team together, which is interesting. 54C-. Tonight is the last pit stop on the road to Bound for Glory. Tonight the champions will defend, but who will be heading into Bound for Glory? Champion. It all happens tonight. Also tonight marks the debut of Ted DiBiase. And because of travel issues, David Boy is not here. So who's going to step up and face Owen Hart tonight? Now, Impact Wrestling in Golden Ice presents Turning Point live. As you just heard, Dave Boy is stuck in Japan after some bad weather and cannot get here tonight. Is it true, Jesse, the man Ted DiBiase is here? I just go, since day one, I wanted him on our roster. From All Japan Pro Wrestling, and tonight he is here. And he's going to be, I'm going to make an announcement, it's going to be Ted DiBiase, Jerry Lawler, and Owen Hart versus Scott Hall, Doink the Clown, and a wrestler. A partner. And a partner that I know that matches now. And a surprise partner, that's all I know. But that match is now. 60 plus. Can I remember who it is? Oh yeah, it was LA Park. In about that good wrestling and decent national card, Ted DiBiase let Jerry Lawler and Owen Hart defeat LA Park, Doink the Clown, and Scott Hall. When Ted DiBiase defeated Doink the Clown by pinfall. Ted DiBiase old school heel average. Scott Hall 47, Doink the Clown 46, LA Park 42, Owen Hart 67, Jerry Lawler 82. Ted DiBiase 73, welcome to the roster. Jerry Lawler and Freedom Performance, welcome to the roster. Ted DiBiase, thank you for finally joining with Impact. In a poor match, Kendo Nakasaki defeated Oldman Jr. in a 1v1 Falls Count Anywhere match. This better have been the regular one. Yeah. So I don't know why it was so bad. Kenan Nakasaki makes defense number 2 of his Intercontinental title. Ultraman Jr. 41. Kenan Nakasaki 31. No work improvements. Ultraman has of course been here since day 1, so I thought I'd give him a shot. There, so I don't know what's going on. In a bad, decent wrestling, but don't cheat. The Steiner Brothers defeat winning combination of 15-14. When Rick Steiner defeat Jeff Jarrett by pinfall Flying Bulldog. Rick Steiner thrilling cohesive ring performance. Scott Steiner 58, Rick Steiner 42, Bob Holly 53, Jeff Jarrett 53. Rick Steiner improved in performance of 57 C-. In a bad, good wrestling and but little heat, Tiger Mask 2 defeated Tetsuya Kawada in 14:43 by pinfall the Tiger Driver. Tiger Mask 2, fifth out of ring performance 57. Tetsuya Kawada 63. These two people come sheet lifting the match for no work improvements. That's why I did the match. In a poor match, John Tent and the Superflies defeated Norman Smiley in the Force of Nature of 15:02, and Jimmy Ocean defeated Mr. Ooh La La by pinfall the Pile Driver. Mr. Ooh La La 32, Terry Gibbs 36, Norman Smiley 35, John Tent 31, Jimmy Ocean 36, Ricky Knight 33. John Tent in Technical, Terry Gibbs in Technical, Ricky Knight in Rumble and Performance. Well done, Ricky Knight. 37 D-. If you want to see Ricky Knight wrestle, please head to England, where he still wrestles today with WAW. True fact. And he's in his 60s, and they all chant where's his bus pass. I'm sure I've said this all before. In a bout of great wrestling and decent match to crowd, Brian Pillman defeated the Great Muta in 14:48 by pinfall by using underhanded tactics. Brian Pillman 80, the Muta got a 58. Brian Pillman improving in performance. He's still improving, and he's at 80. He's 78B. Pillman is our star for this area, and we're trying to make him star in the other area as well. In a bout of decent wrestling, Madonna Chief Vader defeated Steve Blackman in 14:47 by pinfall the Powerbomb. Vader 52. Steve Blackman 36. No work compared 51 50D plus. In a good battle, good wrestling and decent match of crowd, Rikai Kush defeated Lex Luger in 13:18 by pinfall. Lex Luger 66, Rikai 60. That's what I'm going to call him now. No work compared. He's just going to be called Rikai. I'm going to take Kush off after this one. In a battle, decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Our first ever world champion Eddie Guerrero defeats Black Warrior 9:02 by pinfall the Frog Splash. Black Warrior 46, Eddie Guerrero 56. No work improvements. I need to get him up into the main event scene again at 57 C-. In a decent match, Sting defeated The Undertaker in 14:31 by pinfall. The Undertaker 48, Sting 55. No work improvements. 56 C-. In a bout of decent wrestling and cheat, the Demon defeated Juice from the Liger in 15:22 by pinfall the Sky Twist Press. The Demon makes defense number 5 of his Impact X Division title. Thunder Liger 55, the Demon 50. Juice from the Liger improving performance of 58 C-. In a poor match, Americana defeated Candy in 14:32 by pinfall. She is now your Impact Knockouts champion. Americana 34, Candy 42. No work improvements, but Americana is now the Impact Knockouts champion. Whoop whoop. In a battle at Super Wrestling All Heat, Brian Adams defeated Shinjo Takanara in 14:59 by pinfall the Choke Slam. Shinjo Takanara 33 and Brian Adams 33. These two don't click. No work improvements. 36 D-. In a decent match, Nightmare Lords defeated Rock and Roll Spread in 14:47. When Robbie Gibson was disqualified by fighting Damien 666, the Nightmare Lords make defense number 6 of their Knockouts title. Robert Gibson 60, Ricky Morton 63, Tanekio 46, Damien 666 42. Damien 666 improving in performance. That's just to make sense why we're going to have a rematch at 61C. Not bad why we're going to have a rematch live on pay-per-view at Bound for Glory, but that will be explained in the next episode. In a bout of decent wrestling, Machik, Kenta Kobashi and the Killer Bees defeat Conan and the Nasty Boys in 14:41 when Kenta Kobashi defeat Conan by pinfall the Orange Crush. Jim Burnsill 56, Brian Bear 49, Kenta Kobashi 57, Conan 45, Jerry Sags 37 and Brian Knobs 43. Welcome back Conan from injury. Kenta Kobashi improving in performance of 55 C-. Your semi-main of the evening is Arn Anderson taking on Trudy Blanchard. In the exceptional match, Trudy Blanchard defeated Arn Anderson in 19:43 by pinfall the Slingshot Suplex. Arn Anderson 74, Trudy Blanchard 72. Trudy Blanchard improved in performance to 79B. And then our main event tonight is Bret Hart taking on Jim the Dean Hart. In a superb match, Bret Hart defeated Jim the Dean Hart in 25:09 submission as sharpshooter and makes defense number 9 of his Impact World title. Jim Nadine Hart 68. Bret Hart 67. No work improvements. That's where we're going to end tonight's show with a 65B+. I'm going to cut you guys off early. Thanks for watching this episode. I'll see you guys again real soon.